Hey guys, Lexus here. So today we're going to be working in the pollinator garden. We've got a sudden warm snap. It's pretty much making all of the plants break dormancy. So we need to go in there and kind of clean everything out. Just so in case there's any bad weather, wet weather. We don't have a lot of foliage and everything that's just kind of sitting on the ground and causing any kind of fungal issues or any kind of diseases, or basically setting it up so where we promote that. Okay guys, so we're in the pollinator garden right now, and I just wanted to show you a few things and what we're going to be working with. So if you look over here, we've got an echinacea that we need to cut back. Right behind that, we have a couple of autumn joy sedums that have woken up and broken dormancy. So we've really got to get those taken care of. You can see throughout the garden that the daffodil bulbs have woken up. Right over here, we have a coreopsis. Over here, we've got a small drift of Japanese anemones. Right over here, we have a fig tree that I grew from a cutting from its mother tree on the other side of the property that I will show you. Directly behind that, we have a multi-trunk crepe myrtle, which is about 50 feet high and blooms the most gorgeous red blooms. And you can see it is unreal how big this tree is. But we have some more echinacea. We have a buddleia, Pugster pinker. We have some phlox in the back over there. Right over here we have a rhododendron that is getting ready to wake up. I can see some fresh new growth on it. The butterfly weeds are over here, and they are looking pretty crispy. These are their seed pods that they've already opened up and scattered, so hopefully we'll get some more plants there. And over here we've got cat's pajamas and cat's meow nepeta, which is breaking dormancy. We've got some fresh new growth here, so we need to clean all of this up and get rid of some of these leaves and make sure that we just don't keep too much on the ground to allow for some fungus and bacteria to grow. Because if I can push this back a little bit, you can see it's pretty wet, and I don't want to keep it too wet. And then down over here, we've got a drift of Shasta daisies that are looking pretty good, and they go all the way down to the end. That is our pollinator garden right now. I'm going to wait until we're in spring and see what blooms and what comes up and what has died back that needs to be replaced. But for now, we're just going to go in and kind of clean everything out, get some of the leaves out of here, deadhead some of this stuff, get some of these old crispy branches out, and then I will come back and show you. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you what I'm doing here. You can see some of the new growth here. This is the anemone, and I'm going to cut this all the way back down to right where the new growth is coming in. So I'm literally just going to grab the entire thing, grab my pruners, and I'm just going to cut all of it out, and that's it. And now this new growth will have some room to breathe, and it will also be able to get some light. And we're just going to keep on going. So here I just wanted to show you the cat's pajamas nepeta. You can see that we've got some new growth here, so I'm just going to take it all the way down to where the new growth is coming and just chop it all off. And you can see all of the new growth right there is not hidden behind all of these dead branches, and it'll be able to absorb some sun and get ready for spring. Hi. Hello. Give me a kiss. Good boy. Everyone, this is Shuey. Okay. Now with the Shasta daisies, I'm not really doing much. I'm just kind of taking a couple little dead branches off from last season. But there's really not that much. Here we have another weed. Soil is still moist, so I can pull it and get the root too. Now I'm just kind of going through very lightly with the rake, just trying to get some of these dead leaves off, but not take up too much mulch with it. And I'm also trying to be very gentle when I go over the daffodil bulbs, because even though they are about 4 inches out of the ground, I still don't want to mess with them, because this is their first year in here. I did plant in November or December 135 bulbs, so we'll have to count them later and see how many came up. I know a couple didn't because a couple of the squirrels dug them up. So here's what we were left with. These are all of the twigs and sticks from all of the plants. And then we have over here, we have Shuey enjoying the sun. And this little pile of leaves over here. And that tiny little pile right over there. There wasn't too much leaf cleanup to do back here. All around the rest of the bed, I did take quite a bit of the leaves out because I do kind of want the top layer to dry just a little bit. Okay guys, so here is the pollinator slash butterfly garden after its initial spring cleanup. Everything kind of looks nice and fresh. You can really see all the daffodil bulbs that have come up. Like I said earlier, we did plant about 150 of them. So I'm hoping that most of them come up. We do have to deal with deer and squirrels and rabbits. And even though they're not really attracted to the daffodil bulbs like they are tulips, they do sometimes confuse them for nuts and dig them up. So let me just go in and show you real quick. Right here was the echinacea, and it will come back up. Over here is the autumn joy sedum, and there is its counterpart. Here's all the daffodil bulbs again. I'm just so excited because they're ready to burst and I can't wait. Right here we have the coreopsis. I kind of left that alone because it's kind of doing its own thing. And over here we had the drift of anemones, and they're all cut back. Oh, let me just show you this real quick. Look, it's getting ready to open. I can't wait. Okay, here is our Blue Chip Junior Buddleia. I left that alone. I didn't mess with it too much because it did get trampled by the deer or squirrels, I'm not sure. But there were a few branches, so I just left it alone. It's only been in the ground a year, and we'll just see what happens. Back over here, this little drift right here is where the butterfly weed is. I cut all that back. There's a couple echinacea back there. I cut all of those out. There's our Pugster Pinker, putting on some new growth. Let me walk over here carefully, and you can see, look at that. Our phlox right over here has already pushed some new growth, so we cut that back. Here we have the Nepeta, the drift of Nepeta over here, cut it all back, got rid of all of that growth from last season, and look how much growth they've already put out. And we're still like in just the trailing end of February. I'm kind of excited. There's another daffodil bulb. Look at that. And then here is our drift over here of the Shasta daisies. And like I said, I left them alone because they pretty much are just sitting and loving their spots. And they're just ready to grow and put on a wonderful show. Now, I did want to say that this entire bed, with the exception of this little rhododendron here, and this big one here, and the fig tree here, and the crepe myrtle. Oh, that crepe myrtle is beautiful. Everything here was planted last season. So this is a fairly new bed. So I'm curious to see exactly what it's going to do this year. I think it's going to be a beautiful show of color. And I hope that the pollinators love it, because we really, really need to take care of our bees and our butterflies. And I hope I'm doing my part. But I also want to see just what survived over the winter and see what exactly I'm going to have to replace. And, you know, I may just want to swap a few things out as well, because sometimes you change your mind. And that's okay too. All right guys, well that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative and enjoyable, and I hope you're able to apply some of what I showed and talked about into your garden. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great day.